Tepache is a fermented drink from Mexico, and today we'll brew our own version. Tepache starts with a fresh pineapple. Let's add dried pineapple for extra flavor, plus a peach, just because. Tradition calls for piloncillo, but I've had to substitute two types of brown sugar. We'll spice our brew with a cinnamon stick, 2 whole cloves, and 4 peppercorns. To better control the fermentation, we'll use a ginger bug instead of the wild yeast on the pineapple rind. I've sterilized some brewing equipment, but most of it isn't strictly necessary. To start, slice off the rind and some of the meat of the pineapple. I didn't like the look of this bottom piece, but use your own judgment. You can cut the peach into a few large chunks. Then add all of your fruit to water. I heated the fruit long enough to kill any wild yeast, but tradition doesn't call for this. Remember, we're using a ginger bug. Stir in 1 whole cup of combined sugars, then wait for the mash to cool. Carefully transfer your boil to a wide-mouthed carboy. Add water, leaving room for the ginger bug, and toss in your spices. I'm using a thermometer, but you could just leave this covered overnight. I add my dried pineapple while everything is still hot enough to kill yeast, but I don't pitch my ginger bug until about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Seal your brew at this point and shake it a lot. If you want to calculate your ABV, take an original gravity reading at this stage. Finally, add a fermentation lock and wait for the yeast to get to work. Recipes vary, but I waited 10 days before bottling my brew. I want this brew to be carbonated, so I'm adding 2/3 cups more brown sugar and gently stirring to dissolve it. The very first bottle is a plastic soda bottle, which lets you gauge the carbonation process. After that, just fill up your remaining pressure-safe bottles. I could have filled more bottles, but I wanted to convert half of this brew into a vinegar, so I poured off an excess cup, then filled a smaller jar with the remaining liquid and fruits. After a few days, your tepache will be carbonated and ready to enjoy. Thanks for watching.